Gotta make sure that's on. Hi. If you're out there, good morning. Or your evening, good evening, afternoon, you know. It's mostly relative, except for the amount of sunlight that's out. But that all depends on perception too. So what the heck do I know? All I know is I am here, right now. My name's Brian. I am a poet, and you are whoever you are, wherever you are. I'm sitting here yakking my yells, but guess what? I got something cool. At least I think it's cool. And I'm sharing it with the world. Or as little bit of part of the world as I can access. But it's just little old me here with some poetry, because I am a poet. We do poetry here. But here we do it with a twist. I take the poetry of, say someone like Shakespeare, Wordsworth. As a matter of fact, there's a Wordsworth one on the program today. And I plug it into the dreaded AI. It spits out a couple tunes. We listen to them. We go yay or nay or this or that or the other. It's not that hard. It's not like it's rocket science. All right, so. But things we're supposed to do here. I am supposed to say this. Welcome. Please like and subscribe and all that stuff. And, of course, everything we do here on this program is under the Fair Use Act of 1976 and is under the public domain. Wow, you're up early this morning. How's it going, my dear? Got some interesting stuff for the program, I hope. Because, I haven't listened to it yet, so what the heck do I know? But for the show today, let's just share this screen here. The first one on the agenda, because I take six different poems. And it's by this person named Judith Wright. We've had her before, I think. Woman to Man. And then, of course, a returning favorite, E.E. Cummings. It's okay, it's better than away, as far as I'm concerned. E.E. Cummings, Maggie and Millie, and Molly and May. Then, this is a new one. Walter D. Lemare, The Scarecrow. Also, I think another new one to the show, John Drinkwater, Moonlit Apples. And then, of course, William Wordsworth. Hey, Nate Master, how's it going, kiddo? And then rounding out the program, Thomas Hardy's A Broken Appointment. What do you think? I think something if I can get control of my mouse. All righty. Well, I guess without further, I can do this here. Here. And there's that. Take your time. Take your time. We're not going anywhere. We're going to sit here and listen to this. Woman to Man by Judith Wright.
Swift and deep from sight, foresees the unimaginable. blood's wild tree that grows, the intricate and folded rose. This is the maker and the made. This is the question and reply. The blind head butting at the dark, the blaze of light along the blade. Oh, hold me, for I am afraid. This is no child with a child's face. This has no name to name it by. Yet you and I have known it well. This is our hunter and our chase. The God who lay in our embrace. This is the strength that your arm knows, the art of flesh that is my breast, the precise crystals of all our eyes. This is the blood's wild tree that grows, the intricate and folded rose. This is the maker and the made. This is the question and reply. The blind head butting at the dark, the blaze of light along the blade. Oh, hold me, for I am afraid.
Now, wasn't that an interesting way to start the program? All right. All right, kiddo. Ugh, took too big of a hit there. Yes, them little buggers can be fast. And good morning style. You got here right when the program started with what seems like a pretty cool track. The thing I got about that one, and if you're listening, Suno, there are points it was like, was the vocalist did it put a vocal on there that was a dude, very feminine dude, or a very masculine chick? You know what I mean? But at the end of it, it more sounded like a female singer, because it's kind of appropriate for it, you know? Well, let me know what y'all guys think. And while y'all contemplating that, Woman to Man Part Version 2. Judith Wright.
Laborer in the night, the selfless, shapeless seed I hold, builds for its resurrection day, silent and swift and deep from sight, foresees the unimagined light. With a child's face, this has no name to name it by. Yet you and I have known it well. This is our hunter and our chase.
interesting. I liked both of them. Two seemed like a slightly better interpretation, but both of them were pretty cool. And to be that heavy for, I don't know. I want to have to probably explore something with this. I don't know. What do you guys think? Hey, Hals, you got here right for the goth part of the program. How you doing this morning? I hope she's doing good because, you know, it's Monday. And this is what we're going to do here this Monday morning. E.E. Cummings. It's our second one, Maggie and Millie. Cool. Yeah, it's the vocals, definitely the vocals on two were, you could definitely tell they were female, which is, like I said, given the subject matter and all that stuff, it'd have been funny if it had been some like baritone dude voice they put with it. All right, but you never know. We're here for the weird stuff. All right, here's another E.E. Cummings one, Maggie and Millie.
Maggie and Millie and Molly and May went down to the beach to play one day. And Maggie discovered a shell that sang so sweetly she couldn't remember her troubles. And Millie befriended a stranded star whose rays 5 languid fingers were. And Molly was chased by a horrible thing which raced sideways while blowing bubbles. And they came home with a smooth round stone, as small as a world and as large as a loan. For whatever we lose, like you or me, it's always ourselves we find in the sea. Oh, Maggie and Millie and Molly and May went down. Maggie discovered a shell that sang so sweetly she couldn't remember her troubles. And Millie befriended a stranded star whose rays 5 languid fingers were. And Molly was chased by a horrible thing which raced sideways while blowing bubbles. Came home with a smooth round stone, as small as a world and as large as a loan. For whatever we lose, like you or me, it's always ourselves we find in the sea.
I was just looking at the little analysis here they have on all poetry. It goes, this poem deviates from the traditional use of the capitalization, I guess, to talk about form, and punctuation reflects a childlike perspective within. Definitely childlike. I like that line, as small as a world and as large as a loan. Wow. Man, I wish I could have wrote that. Ugh. That's what I like about this. I find lines all the time. It's like, man, I wish I could have come up with that. That's freaking cool. Because, you know, most of the time I don't even know I don't even read these things. It gives for more, I think it gives for a more authentic reaction. You know what I mean? And E.E. Cummings, he never fails to amaze what Suno brings out when we're talking about this guy. So let's go ahead and listen to number 2.
Maggie and Millie and Molly and May went down to the beach to play one day. And Maggie discovered a shell that sang so sweetly she couldn't remember her troubles. And Millie befriended a stranded star whose rays 5 languid fingers were. And Molly was chased by a horrible thing which raced sideways while blowing bubbles. And May came home with a smooth round stone, as small as a world and as large as a loan. For whatever we lose, like a you or a me, it's always ourselves we find in the sea. For whatever we lose, like a you or a me, it's always ourselves we find in the sea. Maddie and Millie and Molly and May went down to the beach to play one day. Maggie discovered a shell that sang so sweetly she couldn't remember her troubles. And Millie befriended a stranded star whose rays 5 languid fingers were. And Molly was chased by a horrible thing which raced sideways while blowing bubble and lone.
Yeah, number 2 is interesting. I like number 1. Personally, I like number 1 a little bit better. I think the more whimsical nature of it. I don't know. We'll have to visit that one again. That's cool. Yeah, number 2. So far, today's show so far has not sucked. And you know what? Our bar for sucking is it takes a lot. Whatever metaphor you want to put higher, yeah, it's not. All right. Well, let's go on to. This is a new poet, Walter de la Mare. Yes, this all poetry website is freaking awesome. They got like hundreds and thousands and thousands. Hey, Kathy. Oh, it's too early in the morning. It's Monday. You're too. Of course, I'm more critical about my stuff than those. I guess we are our own worst enemy. So this one is called The Scarecrow. Okay, not them, but the next one is the only 4-minute of the show. There's a couple more that are almost 4 minutes, but this one's 5 minutes and 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Yeah, here we go.
All winter through I bow my head beneath the driving rain. The north wind powders me with snow and blows me black again. At midnight 'neath a maze of stars I flame with glittering rhyme and stand above the stubble stiff as mail at morning prime. But when that child called spring and all his host of children come, scattering their buds and dew upon these acres of my home, some rapture in my rags awakes. I lift void eyes and scan the sky for crows, those ravening foes of my strange master man. I watch him striding lank behind his clashing team and know soon will the wheat swish body high where once lay a sterile snow. Soon I shall gaze across the sea of sun begotten grain, which my unflinching watch hath sealed for harvest once again. But when that child calls spring, my whiz host of children come, scattering their buds and dew upon these acres of my home. Some rapture in my rags awakes. I lift void eyes and scan the sky for crows, those ravening foes of my strange master man.
Well, that was interesting. I liked it. Yeah, don't got much else to say about that one. It was interesting. Let's see what it sounds like compared to the 4-minute. All right, so this is going to be a little bit longer. So here we go.
All winter through I bow my head beneath the driving rain. The north wind powders me with snow and blows me black again. At midnight 'neath a maze of stars I flame with glittering rhyme and stand above the stubble stiff as mail at morning prime. But when that child called spring and all his host of children come, scattering their buds and dew upon these acres of my home, Some rapture in my rags awaits. I lift void eyes and scan the sky for crows, those ravening foes of my strange master man. I watch him striding lank behind his clashing team, and know soon will the wheat swish body high where once lay a sterile snow. Soon I shall gaze across a sea of sun-begotten grain, which my unflinching watch hath sealed for harvest once again. Shall gaze across a sea of sun-begotten grain, which my unflinching watch hath sealed for harvest once again.
Wow, it was one of those rare ones, like Alfred Lord Tennyson's Midnight, that cuts off right at the 4-minute mark, where it's like it sounds like it's supposed to. That's remarkable unto itself. Like those. What do y'all think of that one? I have to say I like both of them. So it's a good thing. It gives us more tracks to play later on. You know, that's the beauty of this. It's, yeah. Oh yeah, this is the part of the program where I go, please like and subscribe. I guess we're supposed to do it, but who knows? Let's see. Tough choice, but two. Okay. Yes, definitely tough choice. We like those. That means we can play either one of them, and you know, the more the merrier. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, our fourth one, a new poet to the program. Put this here. Moonlit apples. I like the moon. I like apples. Will you like this?
At the top of the house, the apples are laid in rows, and the skylight lets the moonlight in. And those apples are deep sea apples of green. There goes a cloud on the moon in the autumn night. A mouse in the wing And then there's no sound at the top of the house of men or mice, and the cloud is blown and the moon again dapples the apples with deep sea light. They are lying in rows there under the gloomy beams on the sagging floor. They gather the silver streams out of the moon, those moonlit apples of dreams. And quiet is the steep stair under. In the corridors under there is nothing but sleep, and stiller than ever on orchard boughs they keep tryst with the moon, and deep is the silence deep on moon-washed apples of wonder.
You know what that actually reminded me of? You could see it. You can see it right there. See this book that's laying this way? Horizontal. It's kind of greenish spine. That's John Irving's The Cider House Rules. Of course, you probably may have seen the movie too. Tobey Maguire, Charlize Theron, Michael Caine. Yes, that was a nice one. It kind of reminded me of that movie because it takes place in an orchard about apple cider and a lot of sex. Oh, that movie is great. The book is great too. You know, yeah, Michael Caine got a Best Supporting Actor Oscar for that movie. He deserved it because he was great in it. So if y'all haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. All right. This one's a little bit longer than the last. Part number 2, Moonlit Apples.
At the top of the house, the apples are laid in rows, and the skylight lets the moonlight in, and those apples are deep sea apples of green. There goes a cloud on the moon in the autumn night. A mouse in the wainscot scratches and scratches, and then there is no sound at the top of the house of men or mice, and the cloud is blown and the moon again dapples the apples with deep sea light. They are lying in rows there under the gloomy beam stare under. In the corridors under there is nothing but sleep, and stiller than ever on orchard boughs they keep tryst with the moon, and deep is the silence, deep on moon-washed apples of wonder. Sleep, and stiller than ever on orchard boughs they keep tryst with the moon, and deep is the silence, deep on moon-washed apples of wonder.
Got an idea. Oh boy, I liked both of those, but it wasn't popping. I don't know. I'm gonna redo that one. Probably bluegrass. Yeah, I made a note of it. So I amuse myself way too easily. Oh boy. My dogs must look at me like I am such a fool sometimes. All right, these are both of these are the slightly longer, the two longer tracks. So almost 4 minutes. These are all. Yeah, the first one was better. The second one was. So, yeah, bluegrass. Definitely going to freaking going to bluegrass when that one up. And you know how I like bluegrass. Oh, and like I said the other day, it's kind of gets what I do. I do the, what I do. All right, this one is a character by, how am I? Well, oh, I think I've had a little bit too much Xenu Marlene this morning. No, my sleep was, it was so hot yesterday that I slept most of the day. I tried just to get through it. And then I was up like at 11:30 last night, and then back and down, up and down. And I put together this show really, really well, really early, really late last night. And then after that, up and down, up and down. So yeah, and then like I said, a little bit too much on the Xenu Marlene this morning. So definitely I'm going to have to get more coffee before class. Yeah, definitely. Oh, but that's what makes it fun. Oh, so we are at Wordsworth, the Wordsworth of the program, a character.
I marvel how nature could ever find space for so many strange contrasts in one human face. There's thought, and there's paleness and bloom, and bustle and sluggishness, pleasure and gloom. There's weakness and strength, both redundant and vain. Such strength as if ever affliction and pain could pierce through a temper that's soft to disease, would be rash rational peace, a philosopher's ease. There's indifference alike when he fails or succeeds, and attention full 10 times as much as their needs. Pride where there's no envy, there's so much of joy, and mildness and spirit, both forward and coy. There's freedom and sometimes a diffident stare of shame, scarcely seeming to know that she's there. There's virtue, the title it surely may claim, yet once heaven knows what to be worthy the name. This picture from nature may seem to depart, yet the man wouldn't want to run away with your heart and die for 5 centuries right gladly would be. Such an odd, such a kind, happy creature as he. This picture from nature may seem to depart, yet the man would at once run away with your heart. Nigh for 5 centuries, right gladly would be. Such an odd, such a kind, happy creature as he.
That was pretty cool. I love Wordsworth. Maybe, should I Sabbath that one up? I don't know. What do y'all think? It's pretty cool like it is, but I don't know. Maybe this is the part of the program that just does not hit as well as the other half. I don't know. But guess what? We got another track to listen to. So here we go.
I marvel how nature could ever find space for so many strange contrasts in one human face. There's thought and no thought, and there's paleness and bloom, and bustle and sluggishness, pleasure and gloom. There's weakness and strength, both redundant and vain, such strength as if ever affliction and pain could pierce through a temper that's soft to disease. Would be rational peace, a philosopher's ease. There's indifference alike when he fails or succeeds, and attention full 10 times as much as their needs. Pride where a diffident stare of shame, scarcely seeming to know that she's there. There's virtue, the title it surely may claim, yet once heaven knows what to be worthy the name. This picture from nature may seem to depart, yet the man would at once run away with your heart. And I for 5 centuries right gladly would be such an odd, such a kind, happy creature as he.
Very Broadway. Frozen even? I don't know. Give you something to think about. All right, so we got 2 more left here. And then I have to get my crap together to go to school, which it's mostly together anyways. Let's see here. Oh, A Broken Appointment, Thomas Hardy. We've had him on the show before. So we've had some new ones. A couple new ones that were cool, returning ones that were cool, a couple we're going to redo, and this guy here.
You did not come, and marching time drew on and wore me numb, yet less for loss of your dear presence there than that I thus found lacking in your make that high compassion which can overbear reluctance for pure loving kindness' sake. Grieved I when, as the hope our stroke did sum, you did not come. Love not me, and love alone can lend you loyalty. I know and knew it, but unto the store of human deeds, divine in all but name, was it not worth a little hour or more to add yet this? Once you, a woman, came to soothe a time-torn man, even though it be you love not me. You love not me.
one makes me want to go get drunk. Oh, wow. Okay, if you look there, the analysis is about disappointment and unrequited love. Oh, something I am very familiar with. At times, I hate to admit it. You know, ish. The mouse is acting up. All right. That's a little better. I don't know about that one. All right, my friends. Yeah, that one is poor fella. Okay, I was looking at the analysis here, and this is in context of its time period. The poem reflects Victorian society's emphasis on duty and obligation. The speaker's expectations of compassion from the person they love suggest a desire for emotional connection and support that is often stifled in that era. Well, it's kind of often stifled in my freaking life, too. Yeah, when you can identify with stuff. Yeah, that's what poetry is all about. All right, my friends. I'm just going to leave us with this one. Because here, I hope y'all have a good day because I got to go to class. Oh, boy. What a show. What a show. It's a Monday.
You did not come, and marching time drew on and wore me numb. Yet less for loss of your dear presence there than that I thus found lacking in your make. That high compassion which can overbear reluctance for pure loving kindness' sake. Grieved I when, as the hope hour stroked its sum, you did not come. You love not me, and love alone can lend you loyalty. I know and knew it, but unto the store of human deeds divine in all but name, was it not worth a little hour more to add yet this? Once you, a woman, came to soothe a time-torn man, even though it be you love not me. You love not me, and love alone can lend you loyalty. I know and knew it, but unto the store of human deeds divine in all but name, was it not worth a little hour or more to add yet this? Once you, a woman, came to soothe a time-torn man, even though it be you love not me.
All right. Okay, I can't leave it on that note. No, I cannot leave a Monday, and especially since Irish just got here. I'm going to have to play one more. Okay. I'm just twist my arm. I'm just going to have to play one more before I have to get out here and go to school. And I'm going to play something happy, sort of. Oh, there. Here we go.
He sleeps on the top of a mast with his eyes fast closed. The sails fall away below him like the sheets of his bed, leaving out in the sleeper's head. Asleep he was transported there, asleep he curled in a gilded ball on the mast top, or climbed inside a gilded bird, or blindly seated himself astride. I am founded on marble pillars, said a cloud I never moved. See the pillars there in the sea, secure in introspection. He peers at the watery pillars of his reflection. A gull had wings under his and remarked that the air was like marble. He said, up here I tower through the sky, for the marble wings on my tower top fly. But he sleeps on the top of his mast with his eyes closed tight. The gull inquired into his dream, which was, I must not fall. The spangled sea below wants me to fall. It is hard as diamonds, it wants to destroy us all.
All right, that's much more like it. Yes, if you go back to especially the second half of the show, you understand why I decided to end it on that one. It's been an interesting one. It's been a Monday. All right, my friends, thank you for being on this part of the journey with me. And like the ticker says here, have an awesome day. All that jazz, everybody, and be sure to like and subscribe. We are in the ever ongoing subscriber anxiety saga. We're at 451 still, from an all-time high of 453. So tell your friends, say, hey, you might like this guy. Yep, still at 450. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow, same time, same channel. And then this afternoon after I get back from school. Although I'll be doing homework, so